Who wants to hazard a guess about what happened here? Anybody have any insight about what might have happened to this poor fellow? I actually didn't see the impact. That could have been that noise that I heard that made me think that we were being depth charged. But he appears to have had a slight mishap, possibly involving one of his colleagues here. Is it you? Are you guilty of this, Mr. Naka? I don't see any dents on his hull or anything like that. He didn't take any damage if he did hit him, but either way, this provides some small comfort to me. Unless my torpedo, my dud, exploded or something like that. I doubt that that's what it was. But, well, that is sensational. We haven't been attacked, really, so I'm going to go ahead and say that we're safe. We now need to think about reacquiring the convoy later on, or task force, rather, and giving them another go. I would really like to sink this ship, if not any of the others. This one I'll go ahead and take credit for, though, because they wouldn't have been running around like chickens with their heads cut off if it weren't for my daring attack. So, anyways, I'm going to get us south of the task force here. And we'll loop around and then follow them like this, and then hopefully come into we'll hopefully be able to attack them from the south. Words are difficult, I'm sorry. Alright, let's get to it. Well, we seem to have come across this happy little gentleman, who is probably that one that either got rammed by or rammed one of his happy-go-lucky colleagues. And we're really close, but he's not shooting at us, and I'm kind of wondering why, but I'm not going to belabor it. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Oh man, it is wavy out here. And the reason I'm not going to is because I just don't care. I haven't been able to find the task force because, well, I guess that my discovery of this ship is part of my pursuit of the task force overall. I was going this way because I heard something, and apparently it was this ship. With that said, it doesn't appear that he's moving at all. Yeah, because he's right there. He's putting steam out, but he's not moving. I don't think. But in any case, I was hoping that this would give me some more information possibly about where the task force was going. And speaking of which, let me do a quick listen. That's us. Sure enough, was pursuing this sonar signal here. And that is just him. I do not hear any task forces whatsoever. So I think I might have lost them at this point. I'm going to try to pursue them, but I don't want to go away from this entirely empty-handed. So what I'm going to do is come and pay him a little bit of a visit. If I can. If the waves will allow it. Which they may not. So there he is there. He's good and close. I don't know if I really want to bother IDing him, but I might, just for giggles. It is very rare for me to have the opportunity to attack a destroyer under such favorable conditions, and as such, I am going to take that opportunity and run with it. So, watch me run. I run like a complete idiot. I don't think that the stacks look that way. It did have 2 stacks. Maybe it's one of these. No. Maybe it's a Fubuki. Or a Hatsuharu Shigure. Maybe that's what we're talking about here. I can't tell because of the fucking waves. Oh my. Well, this is fun. It definitely has a smaller stack in the rear. It could be a Kagero. Holy crap. Well, hey. Tell you what.
Yes, sir.
probably a bad idea. Who's good with guns? You are. But I think one of you guys might be better. Matthew Hoover, welcome to the party. I've already actually checked through most of the other crew. We really don't have very good weaponry on board this little ship of ours. Just double checking though, because I didn't realize how wretched some of the other guys are. Spitzenhund, my old colleague, my brother-in-arms. We're going to do this, and this is probably a bad idea. This is definitely a bad idea. It's not probably a bad idea. Okay. We'll say he's something like that. And actually we'll go less than that even. But we can't see him, so it's kind of a moot point. Hey, this is awesome. You know, it's kind of amazing to me that the game is even letting me use this, but I hit him. Oh man, 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 oh man. I can't even believe that I'm doing this right now, you guys. He's not pointing his guns at us. In Silent Hunter 3, I'm pretty sure that if you do anything to a destroyer, it will just immediately pounce on you. That was kind of what I was going for right there, was a hit to the engine. So I could possibly touch off a fuel explosion. We're not really on a very stable platform here, so this may not go very well. Fire, that's good. Thanksgiving good, fire bad. Okay. Good. We need more hull hits, so we need to hit the waterline if possible. But I think more importantly, we need to watch to be sure that he doesn't decide to shoot at us. This ship could be abandoned, I guess, in theory. That could be an explanation for why they're not shooting back. Or they could just be completely surprised. Completely flabbergasted by the fact that they're being shot at by a submarine. Oh, that's good. It was kind of a lame explosion, but I'll take it. He's No, he's not. Okay. I'm watching these rear guns here, and I'm not seeing them turn, but that doesn't mean that they can't. That was a waterline hit, but it wasn't quite what we needed. We're getting really close to him now. I might have to just dive at this point. But we did start a new fire for him. That was a waterline hit. Did not start a magazine explosion. Guns are not turning. His magazines may not even be under his guns, although that is commonly what the case would be. How about we try the forward magazine? That could be what's burning right there, I guess. Oh man. I think I'm going to dive after I hit this shot here. Yeah, I think that's good. Yes. I don't want to risk this anymore. Oh, goodness gracious. That was very, very foolish. Is he shooting at us yet? Nope. And he's in a world of hurt. He's getting washed over. I think I did fairly decent damage to him. In fact, you can see there's a hole in his hull there. That's a big hole. Crikey. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call that good for now. I'm going to proceed to the north. Let's look at the map real quick. Because that task force couldn't be going too much further west. I guess they could be heading to Banjo Mason. Which I don't know. It doesn't look like it's been taken over yet. So, do I want to make for Teran Island, or do I want to go back into this area here with no real guarantee that I'm going to run into the task force? I think we're not going to be able to make very good speed under these conditions. That task force is going to eventually be able to outpace us. They were moving at about 8 knots when I attacked them. I'm going to have to expend a lot of fuel to catch up with them whichever direction they're going. I don't really have a good idea of which direction they're going. Therefore, I think I'm going to continue on my course towards Teran Island, even though I would really like to take out that cruiser. We will, however, have 1 destroyer under our belt, and that's okay. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going on this course, and if I run into the task force, if they are for some reason going to turn north, that would be great. If they're going to Balikpapan here, which is a bigger port as far as I know, that would be fine. So maybe we will run into them. I think that this is the right way to go. I'm going to go this way and keep you guys apprised of any contacts as usual. And I'll let you guys know about the fate of our toasty companion here. He doesn't seem to be doing too well. But it's going to take us a little bit of time to get past him, so I'm not going to record the entire passage here for obvious reasons, but I will, as always, keep you guys well informed of any developments. I've decided that this is a Hatsuharu Shigure destroyer, based on my observations of him. Yes, and sir. Also based on my observations of him, he's one stubborn asshole. So, surface. I think you guys know what that means. New course, 104. This could be, again, extremely ill-advised. Is he behind us now? Ooh, this is awkward. We need to get moving here. Ahead, flank. Right in the stack. Okay, that was a little bit high. His fires have gone out again. I think that that's probably because when you fast forward the game, it stops rendering it, so that doesn't really have anything to do with anything. I'm going to give him another couple of shoves. That was a good shot. Because like I say, he needs some more encouragement. He's a smart boy, but he just doesn't have the self-esteem to achieve. He needs a mentor. Somebody who will give him the guidance that he needs to really be all that he can be. Which is not the slogan of the Navy. But it'll do. He's not doing very well at all. I keep hitting the stern quarter of his ship, but I'm going to try to hit the front here, just to even out the damage. The whole principle that I like to adhere to is that... Oh, that was short. You know, the enemy can kind of counter flood if you cause flooding, at least in theory. So if you do damage across more sections of the ship, you're more likely to cause more meaningful damage. You're not going to cause any kind of damage, though, if you don't hit him. And again, I'm very surprised that we're not getting shot at here, but I should just consider it really great luck. He is starting to get a serious list going. He's making a list and checking it twice, in other words. Good. He's been naughty. He's been extremely naughty. He's a bad boy. He's such a dirty boy. Okay, what? I'm shooting at this guy now. I'm not sexually remonstrating him. Anywho, that is a good hit. Gonna take another couple more shots here. Once we get down to about 105 shells, I'm gonna call this good. Because, really, I'm taking out, admittedly, a crippled destroyer, but a destroyer nonetheless, with my deck gun. And that just feels unwholesome. For anybody who is familiar with these kinds of games, who's played them, this just is not how it's supposed to be. But I didn't want to go away from this empty-handed, and I do actually kind of feel like this might be somewhat believable under the circumstances. If he is genuinely a crippled ship, submarines were not too picky about what they shot at.
Yes, sir.
Just in general, I guess, for starters, but they'd shoot at hospital ships and things like that. It's not like they were the most noble people, but well, that's a mean thing to say. Some of them were extremely noble, but some of them were extremely ignoble. So it is possible. Well, this isn't even an act of ignobility. This is an enemy ship. It's a warship, no less. And even if it is crippled, it is a legitimate target. So I'm really overthinking this. I've been drinking some coffee. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Okay, let's get underwater. And I'm going to wait for him to sink some more, and then I will get back with you guys once that happens. And there we go. That is one destroyer sunk with the deck gun. See, the survivors are trying to paddle away, but these waves are mighty rough. Oh, you know what I should do? Somebody told me I can do this. I hope I still have a chance. Oh, yep, you're gone. Alright, there is something really cool that I didn't really know that you could do in this game. And I'm hoping that it'll work here. Okay, that's where their ship was. Let's see.
New course. 182.
I'm trying to find the option for it. You can rescue survivors and get intel. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, that's the button there. Okay. So let's see. Well, shoot, I've got my binoculars on him. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this, but we should be able to grab these guys, and they might give us some intel about where that task force is, so hang on a second. Well, I'm a damn idiot. I actually just looked this up, and you can't rescue hostile sailors and stuff, so... Oops.
Yes, sir.
Is my face red? Okay, well, we're going to return to course. Right. And just hope that we run into that task force, and hopefully not run into those guys. Over here. These guys are moving pretty quick, though. They must have been on their crew team in high school. Well, anyways... We're off and back to course here, and hopeful, our crew is hopeful, I'm speaking on their behalf, that we're going to run into that task force again. But if we don't, we'll be able to live, I suppose. It'll be fine. Alright, let's go onward. Well, I regret to say that we didn't run into any traffic here in the Makassar Strait, but that's okay. We're in our patrol area now, and hopefully we'll run into something here. We're going to make directly towards Teran Island. The importance of this area in general is that it produced oil. And the Dutch had a particularly large installation here on Teran Island. So that's why we're going to this area, I guess, is because it's being invaded first so that they can get their hands on the oil. But there may be some remnants there of the Japanese invasion. It has already occurred, as I mentioned, but we'll see if there's anything we can kind of mop up. And yeah, so we're going to hang out here for the next 72 hours within 100 nautical miles of our patrol point here. This is in kilometers, and I'm thinking that's pretty close. I don't remember the conversion from kilometers to miles. Oops, I think it's 1.6, but whatever. And then we'll, yeah, if IJN units detected, move into your area, report to ABDA, which I guess is the poor man's version of ABBA. Bump. Alright. You can patrol all over Teran Island. Ooh, see that sub? Watch it dive. We're playing Silent Hunter. Alright, no, that's just awful. All of that was bad. Holy shit. Alright. So yeah, we're here, and we're going to go over here. That's the plan for now, and I promise you I will never, ever sing any more ABBA. Maybe. Awesome, alright, we've got some contact here. And that probably is a single ship. From about 100 to, oh boy, yeah, it's 95 to 115. So we'll say 110. Mark it out, and I will go ahead and pursue it. And since you guys have kind of seen this pretty well already, I am not going to record all of this, but you guys kind of know the drill. I think I'm going to have us head east, and we'll see what we can come up with here. Hopefully a nice, delicious tanker or something like that. That would be nice, but it remains to be seen, and hopefully you guys will see it. Hopefully I don't botch this terribly. Well, I got a notification, not to be confused with a pop-up. Did not get a pop-up for this ship, and I can now see why. It is Dutch, I'm thinking. That looks pretty Dutch to me. Let me go over. I'm just going to go ahead and cheat and take a look, but that flag, I said flagged, that flag looked Dutch as fuck, and it is. Look at how Dutch that is. It's so Dutch, it smells like hookers and marijuana. Ha 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 ha. I kid. Well, we're gonna let this fellow go on his way. He's probably on his way out of this area because things are not gonna go very well for the Dutch. So we're gonna let Rembrandt here sail on south. I believe he's heading. Let Vincent van Gogh go on his merry way, and I'm going to change our course back to Teran Island. It's a little bit disappointing to waste still more fuel on chasing a friendly target, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So we're going to head northwest towards Teran Island and see if there's anything we can play with. Alright, we're getting close to Teran Island itself, and as I've been getting close to it, I've seen a lighthouse. So I'm going to go check that out. And we're going to see if there's anything that we can launch a torpedo at. I don't know if it's going to have any ships here yet, to be honest with you guys. So this could be a complete waste. Probably will be. Well, there's the light. Probably isn't, well, it might not be rendering ships. So, well, no, that doesn't make sense, because if they were putting up smoke, we would be able to see it. Although, with that said, there may not be any smoke being put out by ships here because it's a harbor or something. I haven't seen any or heard any sign of any other ships here. Whee! I'm just breezing through. Whoa. I'm kind of thinking that this is going to be a bunch of hooey, but let's just go ahead and take a peek. I'm not actually too concerned at this point. Oh, there is a harbor. And we've probably been seen, but I don't think the game is going to do anything about it. We're going to just head on back into our grid, and I have to think of where we should patrol in order to be somewhat useful here, because Teran Island itself is dumb and stupid, and I hate it. So maybe we're going to do this to actually do something where we might, run into the enemy. That's what we'll do. Yeah, that's the ticket. I'm kind of putting us a little bit more in the easterly, as you can see, I guess, in the easterly parts of our grid, just because I think that's where the action is. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if there are any guarantees. Nothing's guaranteed on the Pacific. Whatever. Whoa. Nothing is guaranteed, except for my inability to use time compression properly. Well, once we get into deep water, I'm going to have us do a dive, and then from there we're just going to putter around and see if we can run into something that is worthwhile. Well, thank God. That's all I can say. It's been boring as shit over here. We've gotten our new orders after sitting here with our thumbs up our asses for 72 hours. We're supposed to now go and put our thumbs up our butts over in the area of the Molucca Passage, which is over here. So I will do exactly that. I will do as I'm told, and it's handy to know that there is an island there. Fun fact. I'm going to draw my line around that. And it looks like we can't really stray too far. I'm going to have us just go into this area here and sit in between turn 8 here and then this peninsula of Celebes here. So that's the plan, or Celebes. That's what it's pronounced as. The way that I remember that, I had to look it up, and I imagined that it would be said by a bad Italian accent beekeeper. Hey, do you sell bees? Hey. That's how I remember it, and God help me, but that's just how my brain works, and I apologize. All right, so there we go. We're gonna go through the Celebes Sea, and we're gonna go to our new patrol area, which is hopefully gonna be a lot more interesting than this, because this sucked. There was nothing here. So, and I'm assuming that that's because the game was assigning it as of, what was it, like the 6th of January, when this area was about to be invaded. But since it's long since been invaded, there's nothing going on. So we're going to go over here and see what we can find. I've got us at our grid, which is good. No mishaps or crashing into any islands or anything like that. And this is hopefully really going to be a lot more interesting, because the Japanese are starting really a full court press on Indonesia. They're going to attack through here and attack Timor, which is this island here. They're also going to attack Palembang here, which is on the east coast of Sumatra. They're attacking through Borneo, and eventually they're going to start attacking Java. This area is coming into play, though, because, as I said, they're coming in to attack Timor. So hopefully we'll catch a task force or two coming through here, which is why I've kind of laid out a course like this, with very nifty little angles. I don't know if this is going to be at all effective, but one can dream. I can dream. Not just one can dream, I can dream. And we'll see if anything comes through. I'm guessing that once we fulfill our assignment here, we're going to be sent down to Timor, which is where the battle should take us next. It's entirely possible we'll go somewhere completely goofy, though. I don't really know. So, I've got a course laid in. I'm going to see what I can find, and keep you guys posted.